Navigation Light Inspections by Capt Frank Lanier. I've never understood why so many vessels I inspect as a marine surveyor fail in their ability to comply with mandated navigational lighting requirements. I'd estimate the percentages as high as 30% or worse, an appalling rate when it comes to safety-related equipment. Imagine if your life jackets or fire extinguishers only work 70% of the time when needed. Most problems I see are maintenance issues, cloudy lenses, burned out bulbs, broken wires, but an alarming number are improper initial installations by the manufacturer or blockage from aftermarket equipment installations by owners or dealers. It appears many either do not have a good understanding of the navigation rules governing installations, or they shoot for and miss the bare minimum requirements, often at the expense of the end user. Regardless of what the manufacturer did or didn't do, it's imperative to remember that when it comes to navigational lighting, it is your responsibility to ensure that the boat complies with the rules. Here's how to make sure your boat's ready for the nightlife. The basics. All boats must have the ability to display required navigation lights while operating at night and during times of reduced or restricted visibility, such as fog or heavy rain. Vessels 16 feet in length or greater must have properly installed navigation lights and an anchor light, which must be able to be operated separately from the running lights. Required navigation light configurations are based on a number of factors, such as a vessel's length, method of propulsion, or any special activity it's engaged in, trawling, towing, and the like. The type, arc, and color of navigation lights allow observers to determine a vessel's size, propulsion, and whether it's anchored or moving, and if so, its course. For example, if you look over your bow and see a red light followed by a white light, you can assume the vessel is crossing your path from starboard to port, and depending on distance, that it has the right of way. A single white light, visible 360 degrees, on the other hand, indicates an anchored vessel. The first step in determining if your vessel is compliant is to consult a copy of the U.S. Coast Guard Commandant Instruction M16672.2D, aka the Rules of the Road. You can purchase a copy or review it online at the website shown here. Inspections. Once you've consulted the rules of the road and determined your navigation lights meet the requirements, next up is a physical inspection to make sure they're installed and operating properly. Start by turning on your running lights and then your anchor light, verifying in turn that each powers up and meets the visibility requirements mentioned in the rules of the road. Look for issues such as placement of equipment, dinghies, fenders, etc. that could block visibility, burned out bulbs, and poor lighting installations. A good example of the latter would be a masthead light that effectively blinds you when operating the vessel from an upper helm or flying bridge. Assume nothing and keep your eyes open for the unexpected, such as side light lenses, red port and green starboard, being reversed, a problem I've seen where lights have been replaced by well-meaning owners. Sailboat owners may find it easier to verify the operation of mast-mounted navigation and anchor lights at night from the dock, when they're most easily visible. Next, take a good look at the lights themselves. Are they damaged? Are they burning brightly or dim? A problem which can be caused by UV damage or frosting of the lenses, installation of the wrong type of bulb, or a poor quality light. Dirty lenses or corroded electrical contacts and switches can also cause problems. Distance visibility, how far your navigation lights can be seen, is crucial and can easily be a case where meeting the letter of the law doesn't necessarily meet the spirit of the law. I've seen installations designed to meet the minimum requirements under perfect conditions, clear weather, minimum wave action, and the like, but they fail miserably in less than ideal conditions, the very times you want to make sure you're seen. Problems range from poor location of the navigation lights. Flush-mounted side lights in the hull below the rub rail are a good example of this, to the lights themselves, which are often too small or simply are just pieces of junk to begin with. Don't be afraid to relocate factory-installed navigation lights to better comply with the requirements, or replace them with brighter, more robust units. LED, light-emitting diode, fixtures have become a popular choice, and the benefits are numerous. They include longer life, up to 100,000 hours in some cases, less power draw, sealed construction, which eliminates corrosion, and non-susceptibility to damage from shock or vibration. Do not, however, simply swap your incandescent navigation light bulbs with LED replacements. Navigation light fixtures are approved for use as a unit. In other words, the bulb and the fixture together. And simply swapping out the bulb of your current fixture does not mean that the new combination will comply. Once you've verified everything is in good working order, record the types of bulbs required for all non-LED navigation lights and ensure you've got plenty of spares on board. Boat owners just love lots of pretty lights, but you have to ensure that decorative light installations cannot be mistaken for navigation lights and that they do not impair the visibility or distinctive character of approved and properly placed navigation lights. You also don't want them to interfere with your ability to maintain a proper lookout. Haphazard installation of additional lighting must be avoided, and violations resulting in fines or worse can occur if these mood lights installed on your rig can be construed as a light required by the rules of another vessel. For example, blue underwater LED lights can appear to be flashing if wave action is present, giving the appearance of a flashing blue light that only law enforcement vessels are authorized to use. Finally, include checking the operation of all navigation lights as part of your pre-departure checklist. It only takes a moment and you'll be doing yourself and everyone else on the water a favor. Here's a few examples of navigation light requirements. It's beyond the scope of what I'm doing here to list every possible configuration or variation. However, by way of example, a typical powerboat less than 65 feet while underway at night or in reduced visibility would require side lights, a masthead light, and a stern light. The side lights consist of a green light to starboard and a red light to port, both of which must cover an arc of the horizon or sector of 112.5 degrees, visible from dead ahead to 112.5 degrees down each respective side. The masthead light is the forward-facing light on the vessel's fore and aft centerline, showing an unbroken arc of 225 degrees and fixed to show the light from dead ahead to 22.5 degrees abaft the beam on either side of the vessel. The stern light, also a white light, must be visible from dead astern for an arc of 135 degrees, 67.5 degrees on either side of the center line. You'll notice that adding the arc of a visibility of the masthead and stern light yields 360 degrees, which is what they're shooting for as far as visibility and coverage-wise. Vessels less than 39.4 feet in length have the option of exhibiting a single 360-degree white light in lieu of a separate masthead light and stern light. Vessels anchored at night or in reduced visibility are required to display a single all-around white light visible for 360 degrees.